Hello, everyone. This is Drinks and Mics, brought to you by Naira Metrics. Of course, I remain Ugo Dre, and I have here with me my fellow drinkers. You can see them raising their glasses as if they know how to drink. Of course, the guy on my left is Tunji Andrews, and of course, I got your guy on the right here, Arnold Dublin Green.
Thank you.
Our co-host on Drinks and Mics. All right, guys. I think we should sip first because the world is changing. As Tunji said earlier.
The world is changing.
It toast to I think it was sort of like an introduction to a new world.
It's a new world.
It's a new world.
Very new world.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Or is it? Exactly.
I think it is. And in case you're wondering what we're talking about, during the week, the Chinese did what they always do. You know, just go on usurp things, like just show up from nowhere and just make everything look cheap.
Yeah.
Like I saw a video on Instagram about some guy saying these Chinese people don't come where would they make money. I think it was some Chinese guy behaving like he was a pastor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Anyway,
yeah.
On a more serious note, DeepSeek showed up last week, even though, I mean, some of us have known about it for a while, but it was all over the news last week, and there was frenzy. Total frenzy. For AI enthusiasts, it was amazing for some of them, especially for those who are AI consumers, because all of a sudden you've just seen something brand new. That's probably going to blow your mind. Who doesn't like getting their mind blown up? Because for the AI overlords, they didn't like that. NVIDIA, for example, saw $500 billion wiped out of his market cap. I think I heard that's the record wipeout single day ever done. So crazy week. And we're trying to make sense of this. And I think no one else. Now this man here. Because Tunji has basically been on like... He's basically was that spammed our WhatsApp group like guys, man, this stuff. Jeez, man.
Yeah.
So Tunji,
okay, I mean, before you get into it, I want to add on to something you should also add on to, please, because you're talking about 500 billion, over 500 billion getting wiped out from NVIDIA, and other tech stocks too.
Yes,
right? But Meta, which I'm sure you'll explain why. And as an investor, we all started thinking, what is going on?
Yeah.
And most of us just, because I mean, Q4 last year, everyone knew tech stocks was the play.
Well, exactly.
It was tech, it was Elon Musk, it was America. So Tesla, buy Elon, buy tech, right? Buy America. And then all of a sudden, this announcement comes on Sunday. Everyone's thinking, what's going on? These guys are spending $6 million when everyone else is spending $100 million or billions of dollars, right? And everyone is imagining Bill Gates going to Sam saying, what were you thinking? I'm spending so much money, you know? And then everyone's sort of reading, trying to figure out what it means. Yeah. I mean, help us.
You know, the thing we use that it has to make sense market-wise to you.
No, it has.
Like everything is just...
it was really
because
connected.
the market rules the world the way I see it, right?
Start with what is DeepSeek?
Okay, let's start there.
Oh,
what exactly?
Okay. So DeepSeek is a Chinese AI company. So the company itself came out of a hedge fund. This is why it is weird, right? So the owner of the fund did well with, managing investment portfolios, did really well. And then he started to buy processors because he felt AI was the next big thing, right? And then he got a few developers together and says, let's start creating our own language model. Funny enough, the thing is, this is the third iteration of DeepSeek that has gotten all this. But the first one and the second one did similar things to this third one. I don't know why this third one got so much frenzy, because one, it's not necessarily better than ChatGPT or Llama or any other model out there. It's faster, but there's a reason why it's faster. It's not as robust as Gemini or, all those other processes out there. But the biggest part is that it is free. It is free. Okay. To a large extent, it is free. And that shocked the world because, so let me tie why free is a problem. So the idea was that everybody was going to use Llama or OpenAI for doing everything. So you were going to plug it into
Llama is
agent.
Facebook or
Yeah,
Meta.
Llama's-
Meta.
okay.
So
Yeah.
you were going to plug it into your infrastructure. So if Arnold is doing investment, so Arnold is going to have a bunch of bots around him doing all sorts of things. So instead of hiring like 17 people, in fact, the world that started, saying more and more that we might soon have the first one-person unicorn. Because there's no reason to hire more people in the
Okay, yeah, of
organization.
course, yeah,
You
you
could
just
just use
have an
AI
idea
to do.
and then you-
So I
yeah.
mean, that was the trajectory. And for
Yeah.
you to be able to have the kind of computing power OpenAI and Llama had, you needed certain types of processors, and those processors are usually very expensive. But
Yeah.
also for you to train the model, you need to basically scrape the internet for all the information that is there. So you
Yeah.
go to like X, you scrape all the information, scrape communication, people's anger back and forth. You go to your website,
Get all
Basically, it's just,
information.
and those things are expensive.
Yeah.
And it's not just scraping it. It is scraping, segmenting, making it make sense, plugging it, referencing this and reference. So
Yeah.
that is why it is really expensive
But Tunji, let me stop you there, because whilst you're there, I also wanted to explain the value chain, and I want to tell you how I see the value chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we spoke about this briefly. So maybe you tell me where the processes come in.
Yeah.
So where in my head I see 3 levels. I
Mm-hmm.
see 3 layers. I see the first level is OpenAI, Google,
Yeah.
and all the AI guys there. Second level is NVIDIA and
Yeah.
GPU.
Yes,
and the third
yes.
level is TSMC, which
Yes.
is a Taiwan semiconductor.
Exactly.
So the semiconductors power the GPUs. The GPUs
Yeah.
power the AI.
Yeah, exactly.
And my understanding is there was a period in 2000 or so where you had these big tech companies pricing up semiconductors, raising the price of
Exactly.
semiconductors.
Exactly.
And this is where one of the pricing
Came into
comes
play.
into play.
Exactly.
So how is DeepSeek now avoiding
All
the
of those
semiconductor,
things. Yeah.
the expensive semiconductors from the Taiwanese semiconductor,
Yeah.
TSMC, and then another high GPU price, because now the price input into GPU is NVIDIA. And so how is DeepSeek now avoiding
So the
that,
two
that
things
value
is,
chain?
the first thing is we're not entirely sure they are truthful to us about the kind of processors they're using. They are
Okay.
still using NVIDIA processors.
Are you bearish Chinese?
No,
I think he
I'm not.
is.
I'm not. But
I
see, the
think
truth
he
about
is.
it is
China's
that
the
there's
bad
not
guy.
as much information about these guys as you would think.
Okay.
So that's the problem. So people have been digging. It's not like these guys fell from the sky, but the AI infrastructure they've built is very recent. You get, it's like maybe 1-2 years ago, and in the entire context of it. So it's a bit confusing how they were able to get so far very quickly. So there's been many questions. So, but they still use NVIDIA chips.
Okay.
And this is what the world needs to understand.
So-
They still use NVIDIA.
Okay,
they
that's
still use the
interesting.
semiconductors.
Okay.
It's just that they don't need as much processing power. They don't need as much electricity. They don't need as much.
okay.
Exactly.
OpenAI models
So
would
this
abuse.
doesn't affect NVIDIA pricing per se.
Yes,
Because
but
in
just
my
primary
mind,
effect is volumes.
exactly. So it's more
Yes.
volumes rather than the use long
and
term.
the problem is NVIDIA made money from price times volume, right? So
Exactly.
NVIDIA was doing
pricing.
like 90% margins. I read
Yeah.
somewhere.
So it's effect if it's reducing their volumes, does it affect the pricing then of this?
No. So
Okay.
the thing is, at least from what we're hearing from Sam Altman,
Yeah.
that is OpenAI, he's still saying we're doubling down. Because he doesn't sound like he's scared about
Okay.
DeepSeek. He's more like, we kind
Yeah,
of
but
get what he
He
did.
can't sound like
No,
it's
but
DeepSeek.
I also get why he's not worried. I also get why he's
I'll
not
be
worried.
the same.
There is a rumor that they do believe that DeepSeek trained their own model of OpenAI. There
Okay.
is some
So
rumor going
basically cutting
around.
corners, that's it.
Exactly. So that's the reason why. And again, when
But how is that possible anyway? I mean,
Okay,
like,
so-
isn't that,
so
doesn't
think
that,
about
doesn't
it
that
this way.
suggest there's a flaw in the OpenAI model
I was thinking
itself?
of no. So this is how I thought about it. And yes, it does say that OpenAI didn't think through this entire thing properly. What it would suggest that OpenAI is saying is that the DeepSeek guys brought their language, their processors, and said, "Hi, DeepSeek, meet OpenAI. OpenAI, meet DeepSeek, converse." So DeepSeek was basically just asking questions, as
Yeah.
and after a long period of time, kind of gathered all the information, and it does something which is reinforced learning. So it's not just taking your information. It's more like taking a reference in it because it has a base. It's not going from ground zero. It's like taking a base from what you've already developed. So it's just reinforcing. So it's taking your answers and be like trying to reason.
How can I respond to it?
Exactly.
So how does this then change the landscape if DeepSeek needs OpenAI? How does it change
so
the
the thing is, I do not, and I've always believed this, that the version of AI we have right now is baby steps to what I think we will have in another 5-6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, is he going bearish again?
No. No, what I mean is AI in 5-6 years is going to be completely ludicrous. As in,
Don't you kind of think it's like some Armageddon kind of thing?
No. So maybe not Armageddon, but, and this is why I feel, so this whole thing has kind of shifted everybody's focus from CPU and computing because everybody felt it was the gold rush. And the metaphor was during the gold rush, it was people who sold shovels and pans that made the money.
Yeah.
So that was why NVIDIA's share price was going high because they were the shovel and pan guy.
Yeah.
But now it's looking like you don't need as many shovels and pans as. So everybody's now confused. But here is the thing that I think AI does. It's more into wearables, hardware, so physical maids, physical drivers, robot drivers, robot maids, robot dogs, basically a lot more of those physical. So we have factory lines.
Yeah.
We're replacing them with intelligent robots. We have recovery dogs. We're replacing them with AI.
Okay.
I think that is it's the hardware that is going to make a lot of money going forward.
So
But
the cheap, the software stays cheap, gets cheaper, but it makes the total thing cheaper.
exactly.
All right. So let's just sort of maybe not a segue, related as well to this. Jumping into the next topic. Arnold, you heard what happened during the weekend.
Yeah.
I think you kind of sold off, did you? Like, were you scared? like some of those guys?
And you know,
tech stocks basically just went down.
Can you remember? I told him not to sell.
Yeah, I would already.
I said no. I said
You
I
didn't
was.
sell.
Sorry.
Are you claiming you didn't sell?
I did
I
not.
think we all
I was
sold.
waiting.
You
I
didn't sell.
go
I
back
mean,
to the
let's be
chat.
honest,
I
let's be
said I am
honest.
buying
Let's
the
be honest.
dip.
I think I'm probably one of the only honest
No,
investors
I said
here.
I'm
little bit
buying
more, man,
the
like,
dip.
come on
I am
now.
buying the dip. No, the truth
What
is.
dip? So what dip though? Because the landscape has changed, right? So let's
NVIDIA
really think about it.
NVIDIA is still a play.
On the short run.
No.
It's changed because what you're telling me now is the landscape has changed, right? So
Yeah.
if NVIDIA made money from high price because it already had low volumes anyway, GPU prices have to come down,
No.
don't they?
No.
Am I misunderstanding this whole thing? Because in my mind, GPU prices have to come down. They don't have the volume. So your revenue projections change.
How do I explain this now? So think about what we have right now as level 1.0 in terms of reasoning of AI.
Okay.
We all expect to get to level 100. And we all know we are going there. There's no doubt about it. It's not like if, it is when. We are going to get to level 100. To get to level 100, we need massive processing power. All that DeepSeek has done is gotten it cheaper to train the model.
So on the
Not
processor
worth the
side,
model.
the semiconductor prices are still high.
Exactly.
But this, okay, do you remember the shell, the period in, there was a point when oil prices were through the roof.
Yeah.
And OPEC countries were enjoying higher prices and the US said, hold on a minute, what's going on there?
Yeah.
This guy
They disrupted it.
and they disrupted it.
Yeah, with shale gas. Yeah. So
that's what I'm seeing
so
here.
this is not, so in the equivalent of that is you probably went to Mars and found oil. You get, because
as in far off? Is that
yeah,
what
no, it's not really far off. It's more like you went to another plane to get the same thing because you are still going to use the oil. So in that equivalent, you still have to process the oil to turn it to petrol.
So are you saying that as an investor now with exposure to
NVIDIA,
not even NVIDIA, US global markets or global tech stocks, what happened during the week with DeepSeek
doesn't change
I
anything.
shouldn't
That's what
be
you're telling me.
worried?
It doesn't
Is
change
that what you're
anything.
saying? Like, I should still
You
be
can't tell me
bullish?
like Q4 views on tech stocks.
Are you saying let's just
there's
keep being bullish?
There is a stock that showed why. Meta.
Okay.
Meta did not dip for two reasons. I kept saying on the group.
Yeah.
Meta is not really AI play. it's not pure AI.
It's not only AI. That's AI
It's
is a
more
lot of
like
things.
AI agents. So they are looking to deploy millions of AI agents. Their goal is not the AI itself. AI, yes, good, but AI for what? AI to do this, which is, I think, the short-sightedness of OpenAI. OpenAI is just focused on creating better language models, which is always good. Meta has moved past that. Meta is thinking of how it can, be more useful to human beings. So how do I open a business and I don't need to hire 17 people? I could do it all by myself with this AI agents all around me. How do I, how do I stop hiring consultants? Because I could do it with AI agents. First of all, let me even tell you this. This is a funny thing. I built my website this week.
Using DeepSeek.
Myself. I did the code.
So if you built your website using DeepSeek, so why should I be bullish markets, tech stocks?
No. So the thing is, it's not. So the focus changes.
Or am I missing
No.
I'm
Prior
boat.
to NVIDIA's hype was not founded by a lot of fact. It was founded by a lot of, we don't even know what this thing is. But it looks like these guys are the ones that are going to be behind it. So let's just follow them.
Okay.
So this correction isn't really a correction of NVIDIA is a bad company. It's more like y'all were just following this thing without a lot of reasoning.
Holding on. Is that what you're saying?
So you're saying, so what we're seeing now is more of a price correction.
Exactly.
Or a reset.
Exactly.
But it's still losing. That's why we sold now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean,
You gotta sell at the top.
That's what I was saying. It's like the top's gone. So the hype is gone.
NVIDIA
when the hype goes, sell the rumor.
NVIDIA was
buy
the
the rumor,
hype.
sell the facts. Now it's facts. We don't want to buy the
hype
facts.
sell. NVIDIA was the hype sell, but I'm seeing it affecting other stocks aside from Meta.
Yeah.
And the reason why it didn't affect Meta was because Meta also had a what do you call it last week? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Their reports.
Yeah.
So they basically explained their own trajectory.
I know the earnings were yesterday as well.
Their earnings, So they were basically explaining this is how we're going to make money from this AI.
Yeah.
It's not just AI for AI's sake.
It's
It
all
is AI
agents.
for this, AI for that, AI for this. So everybody is able to look at it and understand it.
Yeah.
OpenAI doesn't have that in their roadmap. In fact, I think Sam once said that, we don't know how to make money of this thing. Our goal is to possibly one day ask the AI, how do we make money?
But one thing we can say though,
we gotta move on.
one thing we can say is that the whole idea of how we saw monetization of AI, where it's
it was always wrong.
charging
It was
a
always
subscription.
wrong.
That subscription model has been ripped apart.
It's wrong.
That's one thing we can say.
Yeah.
So that
I
has to
agree with that.
affect
Is he gonna
some
make it free
revenue
now? Because I've been
projections
paying
from
for that
these guys.
stuff, man.
So
He has to now.
So even OpenAI has now made one of their models free.
Which one? Four?
I think 4, yeah. They've made it free now.
Let me cancel my subscription.
So
on Apple.
yeah.
So which one is now not free?
I think there are 2 other
There's
models.
4 and there's 0. There's 1. There's 4, 0, and there's 1, 0.
Yeah,
Both,
so the one is,
pray for
the
both.
thing is, DeepSeek isn't as powerful as their most recent models. You can check
Okay.
it.
I mean, I don't know. I'll take your word for it.
All right, guys.
Right now, I'll take your word for it.
DeepSeek is not really that great,
Yeah.
but the one that matches up to DeepSeek on the OpenAI stack, they've also made it free.
Okay.
So yes, it will make some of those things free, but it then affects OpenAI because their monetization is now affected because they didn't think well into the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is where people like Llama, which is Meta, had a better business model for what AI is.
Okay.
All right, guys. I guess we'll probably be revisiting this topic at some point, but we got to pivot straight into markets.
Okay.
US Fed decision was basically
yesterday.
to keep rates the same.
Hold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we all kind of expected it, right? There was 100%
So
probability.
was that why? I mean,
Yeah.
markets were kind of neutral.
And markets was a bit topsy-turvy. It was up and down because in the statements, when the statement came out, bonds got weaker, stocks got stronger. During the conference, bonds got stronger, stocks got weaker.
I saw it.
But it's also because there was a whole narrative, or this is what I got from it, that whole narrative that Powell is sort of removing inflation. I don't want to say, this is what I got from it, removing inflation as a focal point for rate decision. In a sense. So because we all know that Trump has been seen as inflationary, right, in terms of tariffs and strong dollar. And then But we also know that Trump. Now, this is me being a bit strange with politics and Fed, which we all say don't mix. But we all know that Trump wants weaker interest rates, low interest rates. Yeah, because Trump's a businessman.
I think 3 point something.
He wants lower. Yeah. So, but I mean, listen. Markets all over the place because that tech is still in play. Everyone's trying to figure out what DeepSeek means. Bonds did well.
Yeah,
from last night to this morning.
2 year, 5 year, 10 year.
We saw a strong rally. But that's what I took from it. That's exactly what I took from it. And that's the play right now. And we're also expecting the 2 rate cuts from Fed this year anyway. Right, but everything is as expected.
But talking about Trump, though, he did respond and in his usual uncanny manner. Can I read it out?
Please read it out. Let's hear it.
Okay. So Trump
says...
You
have to do the voice.
Yeah. China.
No, it was actually a message on Truth Social. So he didn't read it out. He was actually, I think they called it as truths or something like that.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So he says, if the Fed had spent less time on diversity, equity, and inclusion, gender ideology, green energy, and fake climate change, inflation would never have been a problem. He didn't like it.
Yeah.
So what does that mean,
though? I don't know.
So does this get the Fed aggressive next time?
Trump's not an economist. I don't think, I like to think that Powell doesn't.
I mean, he's influential.
So Powell did say, it did in a speech, because they asked him, what would be his response to Trump's, and he tried to separate himself from, tried to show the independence of the Fed. That was good.
Yeah.
He does, and he did say that he expects inflation to, increase, especially with the rates, the tariffs that continue to go. Yeah. There's also another thing that continues to, come in is his conversation about removing income tax and replacing it with tariffs.
Yeah.
That also is inflationary in itself, because it puts more money in your pockets, you're able to do more. So there's so much of that. But here's the thing, I think that is the markets liked what he said, so there's not going to be any panic.
Yeah.
But we do expect about 2 rate cuts this year that will eventually get to where Trump is going to.
Which is low interest rates.
So I don't know why we're dancing around
and I feel like that's why
that's
why I got the whole inflation is not going to be as focal of a point as it used to be, because it's just trying to say that we got almost regardless of what inflation does, we're still dovish. And I guess he's now changing the point to, which he has a little bit in the past, but it's now very labor.
But, he did say something about, GDP did increase.
Yeah.
GDP is still strong. He pointed it out to be, he said, strong domestic, was it domestic spending? I can't remember the exact terminology.
I think our GDP printed 2.3%.
Yeah, 2.3%, which isn't bad for the US, really. So he's saying the economy is still resilient. People are still spending. The homes are still moving in the right direction. Yes, we'll see a bit of inflation. Job numbers are still good. GDP is still strong. Inflation is kind of tricky on this side, but everything kind of adds up. So even if we cut rates, eventually, and we come to this level, it won't be too much of a problem. So I somehow, I know Trump will. But I think they've had some, I don't want to say they've had some backdoor conversations, but it does look like they're somehow in agreement.
But an interesting view that I have, though, is yields will stay high. Rates will stay where they are for a while.
Yeah.
Simply because of this. So if the 2 cuts do come, it's going to be at some point later. Because of
when
this
inflation starts to really
because this whole inflationary thing is a problem. Inflation is a problem. And we can't ignore that inflation is a problem.
Well,
and there's no point even cutting rates right now.
What does it mean for us here in
always
Nigeria?
say that. What does it mean for us?
Yeah,
what does it mean?
I know it's
for
still
us?
early bets.
What does it mean for us?
Why is this?
Because I'm thinking it through. I'm actually connecting the dots because.
Do you know? I was thinking about this when the whole world was going about DeepSeek.
Yeah. What does it mean for us?
I was thinking about what does it mean for us.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, it's so sad that we're not even in this conversation anymore.
No, but I saw one AI whatever article on.
I beg.
What you mean? Which one? Bento Africa launching AI, Ada AI.
Don't you guys bullish about that?
That's another conversation.
Dude,
That's another conversation.
you don't believe on Nigerian AI?
No,
It's
No,
not- I thought it was
Tuji's laughing at what I
Nigerian
said. Tuji's laughing at what I said. No, but
training
on the-
languages, training models are not. It's not bins. It's not bins.
Oh.
Even
is anyone working on it here? That I mean, Nairametrics.
I mean, we have an AI strategy, like
Oh, there you
on
go.
the government side, you know.
Oh,
like,
okay.
No, there are a few AI.
But,
there are a few AI. Let me not say what. There are a few companies that
Okay.
are trying to do AI, but it's
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, it is.
There's no way you
Well,
can.
China's showing us that it's not.
$5 million is still a lot to train a model.
I mean, guys are raising this kind of money here. Now. People are
No,
raising
the
millions here.
Yeah,
particular
they're raising
AI
it.
companies
This-
here don't. First of all, this is
So are they AI companies here?
yeah, there are two few.
So what are they doing? Are they,
Translating language. They're just going surface, and obviously you can get that they are also piggybacking off someone's API. Plugging into maybe Gemini or something to be able to do whatever it is they
Okay.
do. So
So
train
more
their
like white
model.
labeling.
Exactly. So, but to train a model from scratch, even that $5 million isn't cheap for any Nigerian business.
No.
so
Especially
when they say
when
$5
there's
million
no-
though, do they? So is that thing per month?
So
or
no,
per-
get it.
like-
It is just $5 million. It's like
To get to this level,
So
is that what it
imagine
is?
you've given birth to a child, and the child you now want to teach the child how to talk. So that is basically what the $5 million is now. For DeepSeek, it was $5 million just to teach her to talk. Now all the money that was spent previously, the mistakes they made was not included in the $5 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what
That's
a lot
what I
of people
really know.
don't also realize. So
Yeah.
it is still
So right
expensive.
now it's just
No,
it's
Tuji's
just
taking us back to DeepSeek.
Yeah, I know he
No, I'm
he loves
sorry.
it. But going back to the Fed and Trump and what it means
Yeah.
for us, I've really been thinking about it. Because also I've been thinking lately that I've been on the road doing an Outlook 2025 Outlook with a lot of clients and also speaking to a lot of people just to figure out how it looks. It feels there's going to be an idiosyncratic Nigeria reaction outside of the world, right? So my view is, we stay hawkish. Our central bank stays hawkish for a while, but I'm seeing Naira strengthen a lot quicker than I didn't expect. I mean, this month we've seen, if I look at the parallel markets, I've seen a Naira go from 167, 168, beginning of the year to 1610, 1605.
But I told you guys.
1605. But we know what it is.
But I
though.
told you guys.
This is FPI coming
mean,
in.
like,
This is the central bank
You guys
midwifing.
basically
no, but
mocked
this
me on
is
this show.
No. But you know what it is?
told you guys.
No.
You
No,
even
Ogoje.
told me to drink more. Like I was
No,
on some high.
no.
I told
But
you.
this feels it's very artificial.
Ooh.
Yes,
It's
it
central
does.
bank
It does
intervention.
feel
Oh,
artificial.
you think so?
No, I don't think so.
So it's outside. It's disconnected.
So I don't think
Because
is it
we're in a
disconnected?
stronger, we're in a strong dollar environment, and Naira
It's
is
not
getting
a strong
stronger.
dollar environment
it's not yet.
conversation.
It's not yet. It's
That's
not yet.
like a global
It is
macro thing.
That's what
no.
I'm saying. But you
At
can't.
the end of the day, if you bring it down, bring it home, it's not really a strong dollar
And
conversation.
honestly- Globally, it's a strong-
liquidity conversation.
globally,
for
it's
us
a strong
here.
dollar environment.
Exactly, that's what I
Yeah.
just said.
In Nigeria, it's a CBN midwifing. It's a CBN intervention conversation.
Whatever.
No, but it is. Do you understand what I'm
so
saying?
liquidity
I
is
see
down
what you're
there.
saying, but I don't think the stronger. I don't
so
think
now
the
we can't. So I
stronger
can't say because US is going through inflation, dollar's getting stronger. What I should really be saying is because we're in a strong dollar environment, the Naira should get weaker. What I'm telling you is that because we're in a strong dollar environment, what I'm saying to you is, despite the fact that we're in a strong dollar environment,
Yeah.
the Naira is getting stronger.
And that's what he's explaining, that it is not about, it's more liquidity here. It's about liquidity that is helping us strengthen the Naira.
No, it's intervention.
No,
I don't want to use the word
Intervention is liquidity.
No,
I don't
liquid-
get. So are you saying that
for me, liquidity is
are you
market
saying the
forces.
central-
For me, liquidity is natural
but you
market
just
forces.
said FPI.
No, but it's CBN
Hey,
intervention, man.
No.
It's
no,
not natural
what's
market
CBN
forces.
intervention anyway?
No,
It can be both. It can be both. It's
how
either
long? What's wrong with
FPI
CBN
or-
intervention? Let me answer that question. How long can the CBN intervene for?
I don't want the CBN to intervene at all.
I want natural market
But you don't-
forces.
but you don't
if
even
natural
have- you
market
don't
forces
have
come into
proof,
play, the Naira
guys.
gets
You
weaker.
don't have
Yeah, exactly. I don't think you have.
That
you
is
have,
CBN
because
I mean,
I
but
want
we
you.
know that we had
No, we don't know.
investors sitting with the CBN last week and on Monday, and this
If the
guy's got
CBN,
further
the ones that brought in money
if
then.
the CBN invites,
It's good.
wait, if the CBN is able to bring in investors, that is not direct intervention, or at least not the kind of intervention
Yeah.
that we had in the last
So
couple
we're
of
just
months.
trying to get you in trouble.
Are you suggesting the Murphy kind of intervention? Like,
I'm not making any stay comment free.
No.
I mean, listen.
I don't want to believe that's it.
So for me, because of CBN intervention, so I think that we see a
By the
relatively
way,
stable.
That is Arnold's opinion. I do not believe the CBN is intervening.
Okay.
If
was that
the-
what Arnold said?
I didn't say anything. I use the term midwifing. I prefer midwifing. The midwifing of the Naira.
Anyway,
midwifing.
I mean, that's the perfect segue into the next topic,
Yeah.
really. And that's been like the exchange rate kind of strengthened this
Yeah.
week. We did see it. Naira was
I liked it.
slightly stronger. We kind of liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a sign of good things.
I liked it too.
Inflation numbers.
I'll be honest.
I mean, like
I liked it because that means I can
We all
buy.
did.
I can
We all
buy
did.
dollar cheaper.
Yeah. Oh, for what exactly?
I don't know, but I liked it. I like it. Like let the Naira make Naira strong again.
No.
Mana,
That's the
right?
topic. Make Naira strong again.
Naira.
Make
Mana.
Mana.
I like it.
Yeah.
Tunji, did you buy dollars this week?
Oh, by the way, I didn't buy any dollars this week. I'm just.
Oh, you didn't.
No, I did
Did you buy
not
dollars this
actually.
week?
No.
Why would you be buying
had
dollars? Why?
So I'm not
so
I'm not
you
even
didn't- so
I'm
buy
not
dollars
move-
and
so
buy Naira.
basically
Buy
this
Naira.
Invest
week
in US stocks.
no, this week was more
Who
move.
would-
Like
who
buy
would
the
dare?
dip. Tunji said buy the
Who
dip.
would dare? Why? How
Tunji
dare
said
you?
buy the
You
dip.
should be buying the dip in Unilever. Buy the dip. The GT code dips a little bit today.
We're going to talk about those ones. But we're
Zenith
buying the
Bank
dip
dipped
in
today.
dollars. We're buying the dip in
Cadbury
dollars.
dipped on Monday, I think. Yeah.
But anyway, so
Yeah,
Naira
sure.
did well.
Naira did
strong.
very well.
Is it sustainable?
No.
No. We all know
No,
it's
we
not.
know.
It's
Yeah,
not.
it's not sustainable.
not.
That's why I
Why?
said it. How long can this
Why is it not sustainable?
midwifing? Not
I don't think it's
intervening.
midwife.
How long can this
I just
midwifing?
think I think it is just so it's seasonal liquidity. You said it FPI. It came in for many reasons.
Like what? Omo
Yeah,
is
then
issued by who?
there was the pricing of the Naira at the time when they were coming in. So there were many things.
So the problem with Naira getting strong so quickly for me is the same guys that have come in. They've come in to buy securities, right? They've come in to buy equities. Yay. They've come in to buy, 1 year or more bills, which they and only them and banks can buy. But now imagine you've come in with some dollars, you bought Naira at a certain price, and then this liquidity that's coming in makes the Naira stronger. You don't need to wait for your GT code to go from 62 Naira to 70 Naira. You don't need to wait till you get your OMO at the end. You've made money on your Naira. So you just get out. So what happens now is when the Naira gets strong too quickly, the same people think, hold on a minute, I'm looking at my book. I'm sitting in New York. I'm sitting in London. I'm sitting in Singapore. I've looked at my book and I've made money on my FX. I'm out. Then what happens then is you get the same rapid liquidity, leave the country. So that's my issue with this.
These are cynical thoughts.
No. It's not cynical.
you
It's
sound
actually
like
right.
Eminem
It's actually
now.
right. But
It's what's going on, right?
But like I said, it is seasonal. It's just events coming together. It will
I like
correct
how we're
itself.
using this
It will
term.
so
It will correct
it will
itself.
correct itself.
And it corrects itself by the CBN not being able to midwife anymore.
Wow.
That's how I see it. So I still think Naira gets weaker at the end of the year. It might be a moderate, stable weakness, but it gets weaker.
I
listen, one of the rules
I think
that
we remain around this 1.5, 1.6, 1.7
that's a big range.
Wasn't that what I said the last time? I said
It's not a big
can't
range.
remember.
That's
I said minus
plus.
10
I'm
plus 5.
on 2,000.
That's plus minus 5. Yeah.
I think we should place bets.
No.
here.
We don't.
Oh, we don't. We don't.
We don't hit.
We don't bet against
No,
the Naira.
so I don't bet because. Yeah, we don't bet against the
We don't
Naira.
bet against the Naira.
But I don't
We're
think
patriotic.
I don't think we hit 2,000. I think we stay between 1.5, 1.6, 1.7.
So why won't we? So you had a lot of people come in at 1.7, 1.6, and there's a 1 year or more T-bill that matures.
Yeah.
When it matures, what do you think those guys do?
Oh, so this is the thing now.
So what happened?
Just the same way. Just the same
the
way.
exit and the loss? Is that what
Can
you're
you
saying?
remember? Can you remember the last bond?
They exit, and the last guy loses. So there's going to be a rush out. That's just what I'm saying. It's just something for us to think about. What happens when this 1 year OMO bill matures
Refinance?
at 30%?
No.
Why would I?
Refinance at 15%?
If you gave me at 30%, why should I take 15%? Give me 30%
that's
again,
not
or
what
I'm
you're
out.
looking at. You're competing globally. So you're looking at global rates compared to the current rates now. So when I gave you rates at 30%, and global rates are probably like 6-7%.
Yeah.
So now we're probably racing towards 2%.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And so if you're getting 15%,
So I guess that's
still
the
a huge
Trump
margin.
effect now. So we have to now see
how Trump fought.
Exactly, and
So
that's why the
it's-
But if
CBN
we
is
think
hawkish.
we are
That's
in
why
a-
you've seen a hawkish CBN
Yeah.
gradually also not. I sincerely believe that
Yeah.
they'll also hold rates in February. 'Cause I
Or
think
they
that's a
might
responsible thing to do.
push maybe another 25 bips, maybe.
No, I doubt it. I think
You don't think they
also-
will? I think they're going to hold.
I think
There's
they
no
will.
need to. In fact, we're in the space of
There
holds
is, because we need to get
because
more
we
FBIs
need to
in.
watch and see.
We need
There
to
are
keep the
there are
FBIs
a lot of
coming in.
things.
It's more hold right
It's
now.
more
more
hold.
hold.
There are a lot of things moving
It's still
around.
hawkish. We can agree a 25 bip hold to 25 bips is kind of the same. It's just still hawkish.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Oh, let's see.
I don't think so.
Let's see.
I'm not
I wish we had a
yet-
betting pool right now. Someone just take notes.
Anyway,
You know, Arnold said this.
talking about
Tunji said
rates.
this. Ugoje said this.
talking about rates.
Yeah.
in the
African
comment
country-
sections, please. Yes. Note that. Note those conversations.
February 17th,
North African
17.
country, Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt was in the market during the week.
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
way,
another Eurobond.
they raised was $2 billion. Thereabout.
They raised about $2 billion, yes. So
Yeah,
1.25 on the 5-year, 750 million on the 8-year.
and I
yeah.
saw 9.25 or so.
Yeah, 9.4 something, 9.45 on the 8-year.
It made me feel a
and
little good.
8.6
Because
Okay.
Egypt is coming at 9 points.
on the 8-year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, we know bad like that.
No,
now.
We did 9.75.
Hey, now that's my
Yes,
point.
we
We're not
did.
too bad like that because Egypt
Yeah.
does have that liquidity coming in and out.
And that was
Yeah,
Egypt's
Egypt is an
first
interesting
Eurobond
one.
sojourn in
You know,
about
wow.
2 years.
Yeah,
So,
very interesting.
so what does this mean for global markets and global capital?
I mean, I
flows?
think that it
mean,
means
doesn't it seal the point that look
there's money that wants to come.
exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, it took me by surprise. The subscription levels are crazy. I think the subscription was maybe $12 billion subscription altogether, and they only took $2 billion of the $12 billion. It does really mean that
Incredible
it's
money
incredible.
out there, man.
It's
So why are you
incredible.
betting against the Naira?
I'm not betting
I have
against-
no idea.
No. Wait.
I don't get
Wait.
it. And you
I
know-
think let me say something.
Remember
Let me
the
say
last
something.
show?
Let
Remember
me
the
say
last
something.
show?
Let me say something. I think
right.
2025 is Nigeria's year.
Ooh.
I'll be honest with you. I am more.
Wait. No, you have to stay on your.
No, I'm
Doom
talking
and
about
gloom lane.
No.
Don't change.
The Naira
Do
weakens.
not change.
The Naira weakens doesn't mean Nigeria is a bad trade. From even in the good years, the Naira gets weak.
Yeah.
I think if you're not in Nigeria, if you're a global investor, if you're an African investor, if you're a frontier investor, and you're not in Nigeria in 2025, you are missing out. This is the year our equity market rebounds in a massive way. This is the year that everyone realizes that our banks are cheap versus our frontier peers, our banks cheap versus our African peers. Banks are cheap versus our emerging market peers by Nigerian stocks.
Not forget banks.
Right.
Nigeria as a whole, the investment opportunities are cheaper than.
But it doesn't
emerging
change the
market
fact that I still think that the way the Naira is set up
Yeah.
is shaky. And whilst you're buying Naira, whilst you're buying Nigeria, you have to keep your eye on the effects and how our currency mechanism works right now. It's just a hedge.
But
It's a hedge.
we are at the end of the day, we are an emerging market. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it comes with the.
It comes, yeah. So I think even I can even probably say on a local currency basis, on a local asset basis, I prefer Nigerian assets to Egyptian assets.
Yes.
I prefer Nigerian T-bills to an
wait,
Egypt
why?
T-bill. Even though Egyptian
Why?
T-bills is higher than Nigerian T-bill.
So-
I think the Egypt trade is a bit crowded. I think that you had a lot of guys going to Egypt local T-bills last year.
Yeah.
And my worry is what happens. The exit
Exits,
is the
yeah.
exit conversation. What happens at the exit?
The last one was very inflationary and
Yeah, and also Egypt will probably start to, in my view, Egypt starts to reduce their policy rates maybe in February. So you're going to start seeing lower yields come in. They've kept the currency steady for a while, and kept it steady because they want the FPIs to come
keep
in.
coming in,
The
yeah.
FPIs to come in. But it's the exit that worries me. And when it comes to crowded trades, the exit worries me. Nigeria is not crowded yet.
Yeah.
Guys aren't here yet.
yeah.
You know, we'll probably get in 2015 or so, we were in this JP Morgan GBI index.
We've been slept on.
And in 2015, when all the currency controls started, we had we got cancelled out of the index. I think we
Yeah.
come back. I think we would have been back by now, but once the CBN figures out how to let go of this effects, once natural market
thought that's what
liquidity
they're
comes
doing
in,
now.
and they're letting go. Okay, yes, they're letting go. They've let go. Let go, let God.
I think they are
Let
getting
go,
close.
let God.
I
You're
think they're
just trying to
getting
get
close.
me into it. You're just trying to...
I think they're getting
He's like, I get
close.
carried away. They've let go.
I think they're
guys.
getting close. I think
Yeah,
they're
All right,
getting
so
close, they're getting close,
Let's
they're getting
segue to the next topic.
Yes, sorry. Next topic.
Equities out this week. We've seen a lot of results out.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably won't deep dive into some of them, but just curious to find out any results. Maybe catch your fancy over the last few days. I think we've seen Guinness. We've seen
Airtel.
Airtel. No, I saw Gary go out. I
Yeah,
saw
Unilever.
Unilever.
Unilever was a bit disappointing.
Yeah, we've seen Transcorp Power out. Anyone catch your fancy?
Transcorp.
Unilever
Transcorp Power was
experiencing.
good though.
Yeah, Unilever was a shocker. I thought Unilever would do good. I thought these consumer names were, they've come out of it. But Unilever made me realize they really haven't.
No, they
haven't come
the
out of it.
previous
Depends
year,
on what numbers you're looking
But
at.
the previous year was also that year of many people looking at alternatives. So alternatives to the big brand names,
Okay.
and people going for cheaper alternatives to what they were.
So you think that probably affected their
no,
revenues?
that naturally, yes. I don't think they exited any market. I don't think they sold less they tried to sell less in any market. But people were just not buying as much as they would normally buy. Yeah. So even I would say that even in, I'm not sure how many Unilever products I use in my house.
Yeah.
But
listen, I think that as we go into this disinflation period because of the baskets and just general market macro rebound, I think consumers have more spending power. And I'm still comfortable with these consumer names. I still think Unilever will be fine.
no, they will be fine. It's
From that macro
yeah.
perspective that you're talking about.
I just think
You
they
sure?
need to.
Yeah.
I think they need to. I think they also need to, maybe not innovate, but also focus more. So they.
They've done a lot of innovation though. Over the years.
But they need to
So-
also understand that the market that built them is poorer. So it's
Yes.
either they
Yeah.
make
not just them, for a lot of FMCGs.
exactly.
By the
So
way.
it's either they make poorer products or they double down and make products for the segment that is still buying
To
them.
just come again with his informal economy.
You know that's my
Tuesday
place.
loves
That's my
it,
place. I
yeah.
love my people.
So by the way, as we were here catching on, First Bank's result drop.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh.
How is
FBN
it?
Holdings, by the way, I think it's unaudited Q4 numbers. So I'm seeing pre-tax profit 861.9 billion.
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
Pre-tax profit 861.9 billion,
Okay.
up from 355 billion
Okay.
a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So
FBN. What is it though?
and I'm
FX?
seeing earnings per
FX?
share. Earnings per share is like 20 Naira, right?
Yeah.
Share price currently at 29.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Gives you a price to
beautiful.
earnings ratio of just 1x.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about our banks, right? But then we're trying to figure out about this
Our
windfall
banks is
tax and what to do. Our banks are dead cheap, man. Our banks are dead cheap.
No, comparatively
If you're not
to,
buying.
to
No, but what bank is trading that book in this world? You're trading that book value. Give it
Access
to me.
is trading at less than book
There's
value.
below book. Yeah. So, and this is what I'm talking about. FPI is looking at our markets thinking, what's going on here? I want some of that. Because it's and I'll say it again, if you're a frontier investor, if you're a frontier markets investor, if you're an African market investor, if you're an emerging market investor, in fact, if you're a global markets investor.
there's no reason why you shouldn't,
should
just
be
take a
here.
little.
And so for
Nigeria.
investors for us that are here, that know the country, we know our FBNH, we know our GTCO, we know our Zenith. This is even, you could just buy these banks, buy the consumer names.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
What are we
Interesting numbers.
expecting
Below
for
book,
MTN
Access
though?
Bank.
Access Bank not out yet. MTN, I kind of think MTN is likely going to be a loss again this year. Last year, rather, when by the time you come out with their full year numbers. But this talk about tariff increase could be a huge positive for them this year. I think you could see revenues go up. You could see margins improve for MTN. But I'm dead sure they would have to raise capital at some point this year.
You'll have, sorry?
They have to raise capital at some point this year.
Yeah.
They got to raise capital at some point this year. I was in media parley with the top execs at MTN.
Yeah.
With some other media colleagues during the week. They kind of danced around it because, of course, they're in a close period. But you do know that they will have to raise capital at some point. And so, and then they are very keen on tariffs. They believe that, by increasing our tariff by 50%, it's going to save them. And funny thing he said was that, that's Carl Toriola, that is. He said, if they don't raise tariffs, he's not even actually afraid of MTN. He's actually scared of the other competitors. Because they are in a better position. So if they are crying,
I never listen when this guys say things like that.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, for me, with
I'm wondering why.
It
sounds like misdirection.
you don't really need the money. I mean, even though their offices were awesome, though, but I mean, like wow.
No, but for
sounds
me,
like
with these guys, what really hurt them is the finance costs, right? So Airtel and these guys, and if you look at Airtel results came out yesterday or today,
I asked him that question.
They've taken their Airtel's finance costs have gone from $300 million to $72 million or so from the results yesterday.
Yeah,
lost the share to $3 per share. So, so I like to think that MTN will be following the same suits. They should have adjusted by now.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's still a bit more
Let's
time.
see. All right, let's see.
But
But
Airtel looks at his Pan-African numbers. So that's why it's usually Airtel Africa.
Yes.
So if you look at
MTN is
Nigeria alone,
yes, of
then
course.
you
Yes,
see that
yes,
Airtel
yes.
is actually in the hole. So
Yeah.
Airtel gets helped by some of the other African operations. So that's really the difference.
I know they've had a few currencies.
But interesting thing, a lot of numbers are out now. We're in the earnings season, so you're going to see a
Yeah.
lot more results come out over the next few weeks. And as we go on, we will be touching on some of those numbers on this show, particularly Drinks and Mics. We have come to the end of this particular episode
Already?
Guys, yeah.
I don't think we didn't get feisty this today.
Yeah. There's no gin.
Yeah.
Oh, that
No
gin.
gin.
There's no
Some
gin.
days, yeah.
I think
No
we stick to
gin and-
whiskey from
no gin
now on,
and
guys.
juice.
I think we stick to whiskey.
It's,
Whiskey's the
you
drink.
prefer whiskey?
Yeah. Keeps it sane and.
But
and-
I really think I feel the same feelings I had pre-pandemic. It was just that the pandemic kind of just
In terms of what?
interrupted everything. So the way I kind of felt that the world was about to change, and I kind of felt that somehow coincidentally was going to affect Nigeria, whether we liked it or not.
I think the world changes this year, though, Tunji.
That's my point. I said the world is about to change, as in
The
everything
world changes this
and
year.
I must
Trump
say,
alone will change the world.
I must
Oh,
say
wow.
something. I must say something.
Statement. Wow.
Trump is
Wow.
bullish on.
Tinubu is changing the world too. This year.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I
Wow.
think the Trump Tinubu guys the strongman politicians are here.
Yeah, I think
We're
the
in
strong
an era of
politics-
strongman politics.
but I'm not.
Tinubu is in that Trump strongman politics. So I also believe that because listen, a lot of people are
I'm
the
not-
reforms.
Let me get some of that.
Oh, good Lord. Why you guys are giving love today? I'll let it go. I'll let it go. Thank you for coming. It's the end of Drinks and Mics today.
Anyway, this is the end of Drinks and Mics. We've been having.
Tinubu's a strongman politician. That's the topic for this one.
Yeah.
Backroom joke, by the
But
way.
by the way,
Yeah.
you do see that Tesla prices. Have you checked Tesla prices?
No, go on.
recently? I wanted to say something about companies like that.
Yeah.
Companies that the frontier is so like renewable energy efficient cars.
Yeah.
So the future with them isn't just being energy efficient; it's being able to drive themselves. And how does AI play into those kind of companies? The general thinking is that you might not need to have the car itself be driverless in the future. You might just have a bot that will drive your car.
Isn't that what oh gosh. Yeah.
So too many things, right?
Yeah.
So it drives your car. It's your PA.
It's your
So that's I feel Tunji is AI though.
yeah.
Maybe like this is an AI version of him, like here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you saw their stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's bouncing back though. Tesla's okay. Tesla's gonna be okay. You don't think? it's gonna
Anyway,
be okay?
I
guys,
don't think so.
let's end this with a buy, sell, or hold. Okay, because I think
Buy, sell,
let's get
what do we
buy,
buy, what we sell,
buy, sell is
hold
almost
then?
like so. Buy is you're for it, sell is you're not for it.
I'm
hold
buying
is you're
Nigeria.
neutral.
I buy Nigeria.
So buy, sell, or hold.
Buy Nigeria.
The week of is it the alcohol? What's the name of that AI stuff again? that we're talking
NVIDIA.
about? No,
DeepSeek.
DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Buy, sell, or hold. Are you DeepSeek taking over OpenAI, essentially disrupting what we know about AI, or is this a bleep? Buy, sell, or hold? DeepSeek, for you?
Can I explain?
No.
So I think that these tech guys have to rip their forecast and rewrite.
Yeah.
Although I like to give a downside.
Buy, sell, or
Buy,
Okay.
sell, or hold DeepSeek.
So
are
what am I
you
buying?
bullish DeepSeek or are you bearish DeepSeek? So buy is bullish DeepSeek. Sell is bearish DeepSeek. Hold is your neutral.
I buy DeepSeek.
Buy DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Chinji, buy, sell, or
I'm
hold DeepSeek.
sell. DeepSeek has done all it is going to do in the world.
So do you think China's the bad guy?
No. I think DeepSeek came
bought
to,
into the
to
American
rewrite
propaganda.
it, but it has done what it is here to do.
And then that's it?
That's it.
No, not.
I'm
can't
buying
be the
DeepSeek.
case.
Buy, sell, or hold Naira. And
I'm
in
buying
2020
Nigeria.
Hold on. Now, let
Buy
me finish.
Nigeria. Nigeria's
Buy,
a
sell-
whole-
Can you just hold on?
This is- I'm trying to put me
Buy,
into it.
sell, or hold the Naira closing 2024.
Buy, sell, hold.
2020.
Stronger 2025.
Nah,
I beg
it's
your pardon.
impossible.
Stronger
It's
than
impossible.
current is.
No, it's impossible now.
It's
impossible.
Buy, sell, or hold.
Buy, sell, hold.
Okay, so if I buy, I'm buying that Naira closes weaker.
Stronger.
Oh, I sell Naira. Sell Naira, buy Nigerian
Wow,
assets.
you did say it eventually. Sell Naira.
Sell Naira, buy Nigerian assets. Because the
what's the difference?
asset prices
Yeah,
will cushion
yeah.
the increase in asset prices will cushion
The inflationary- just the inflationary-
so
So
it's
to
what I'm saying.
buy,
So
sell,
it's
or
two
hold.
trades.
So for Naira,
Yeah, so
I
buy
sell.
buy Naira with a hedge, and the hedge is you buy
exactly.
Naira assets. Buy Nigerian
I sell
assets.
Naira.
Wow. You too.
I sell
Yeah,
Naira.
buy Nigerian
Yeah.
assets. Sell Naira,
So
buy Nigerian assets.
so the key is buy assets. So you buy
Yeah,
equities,
you get the upside on the assets.
buy equities, buy. I mean, yeah.
Ogoje, you know what I'm saying? You agree, don't you? Agree?
yeah,
Ogoje
yeah.
agrees.
I'm buying Naira.
Ogoje agrees.
I'm not buying Naira.
Buy some high dividend
I'm buying
stocks.
Last
you buy
one.
Naira.
Buy, sell, or hold equities. Nigerian
Oh,
equities.
buy equities.
Buy.
I'm buying equities,
Buy.
man. I'm buying equities.
Bullish.
Yeah, I'm buying.
All right,
I'm buying
guys.
equities, I'm buying
That
bonds.
is it for Drinks and Mics for this episode. By the way, I'm buying equities.
Yeah.
Nigerian equities.
You're buying Naira. You're buying DeepSeek.
Yes, I'm buying Nigerian equities.
leverage.
I'm bullish like that.
Leverage
And
you.
please buy Drinks and Mics.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See you next week.
See you next week.